Logan was he felt like there was pirate ships. He thought, oh, that was like from Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. I recognized it. Like, maybe it's a Disney property. They're allowed.
When he says Logan, he means his son, not Logan. As in
right. But I'm not a nerd. I promise you.
Yeah, you only named Logan after your favorite superhero. Now, did you name Logan because of Wolverine?
No, I never told this story.
I don't think so. But this is the perfect time to tell it.
This is the perfect time to tell it. My wife would be so happy I'm conveying this for the whole world to know.
Oh, God.
No, I felt like my son's name must pass a threshold of
manliness.
If a woman says his name in the fit of passion, it must sound manly and good. Like, oh, Samuel. You know what I mean? It doesn't roll off the tongue. Or, oh, Richard. But, oh, Logan. See, your throat has to go, you know, it's got a little growl in it.
I'm
lumberjack,
really regretting my request to hear this story.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening. But are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for Bald Guys and Bad Movies.
Welcome to Bald Guys and Bad Movies, episode 83. I am Troy. That was a long pause. I almost forgot my next line.
I was worried there. I was like, did he cut out?
Did my
like,
screen
is he frozen?
Freeze? Here with my good buddy,
Mike Stella.
Mike Stella!
It's been a while, people.
It has been a while.
I feel every time we have a gap, we're like, oh, I'm sorry, we apologize. And I am sorry, but
me too.
Life just steps in the way sometimes.
And you know what? Sometimes you just need a little bit of time.
Yeah. And Mikey, you went on a European vacation. I don't think we've talked to you since. Yeah, recorded you since.
Haven't we? No, we did. What was the last movie we did?
No, that was before.
What was before?
Hudson Hawk was before you went.
Was it really?
That was like July. Well, it went live July 6th. So we were.
Oh, I guess you're. Wait, no.
Oh, July 6th. Hudson Hawk went live. And
I guess
when did you
right.
go on your trip? What was the dates?
I don't even remember anymore. It was
Jesus
so long
Christ.
ago. I can look it up. Now you got me all confused.
Get ready, folks, for an exciting show.
Absolutely.
We're two bald dumbasses that can't remember their own vacation.
No, I guess you're right. July 12th, we came back. So yeah, the trip was amazing. I want to move to Ireland and open a burger shop. Like, I freaking loved it there. I want to move there.
Mike befriended a sweet little donkey. He wanted to open a little shack on the cliffside, just like in Banshees, but alas, life got in the way. He had to come back. You know what? But when you told me that, I remembered when you went to Hawaii a couple years ago.
I didn't want to move there. Well, I wanted to move.
You did. You said, I want to move to Hawaii, man. And you came back from here. I want to move to Ireland, man.
Yeah, well, I want to move to Hawaii because it was just like, you know, nice climate and it was cool and stuff. But I don't know, man. Ireland felt like home, and it was funny. You know, a few days after we got back. Just nothing but
a sea of pale white faces. It felt like home to you. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, there's where we stayed, there were so many Americans, it was stupid.
I asked you this off camera or in real life, IRL. Are there any black people over there? Did you see any?
The lead singer of the band we saw was black.
Oh, they had to bust him in, huh?
But he's English.
Oh. All right.
Tell you the truth, I
population went up by 1 that day.
I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, tell you the truth, a lot of them were probably like, you know, fresh off the boat, like a lot of immigrants, but yeah, there was definitely plenty of people of color.
Well, you hear that, folks? My Caucasian brothers, if you want to go, you're not really racist. It's just, hey, they just don't happen to have any people of color over there. But I love it. It's great scenery. Look, I'm giving you a pass. That's a pass if you want to go. And that is an underlying reason, you don't have to say that. That's the problem. People are saying their fucking inner monologue out loud on Twitter. Just keep it to yourself. Keep your little racist pixies, your little racist little...
That is not the reason why I want to move to Ireland.
No, I'm not.
And
I was trying to you.
And I was trying to tell you that the reason I feel like this is different than when we went to Hawaii is mainly the fact that like we got home and like we were sitting around and Dre and I, we weren't really doing anything or watching TV or something, and like I kind of looked at her and I was like, I feel homesick, and her head like snapped over and she's like, I do too. And she knew exactly what I meant. Like, we both felt like Ireland was home.
Got bit by the Irish bug.
It was something. There was something about it.
You would thrive over there, my friend. And
I absolutely
I
would.
mentioned, you said you want to open like a little smash burger place, right?
Yeah.
Because Mike, as no mystery, he's a very boisterous, fun-loving, larger-than-life guy. And I could see you, like, your spot being, like, the spot. Now, you get in business throughout the week, but every Friday, everyone goes down to Mike's Smash Brothers Pub, and it's like a raucous good time. But what would you name it? What would be the name of your pub?
I'd want to name it Crack Burger.
Crack Burger. Why Crack Burger? Oh, crack has a meaning. What's the meaning?
Crack has a very, very specific meaning in Ireland. It's basically, it's hard to explain. It's like the idea of fun and entertainment and like just having a good time.
It's not that slit in your buttocks as we think of crack. We think of that, or we think of the shit that destroyed the black race in the 80s.
Exactly. It's not that. It's definitely not that. One might say the opposite of that.
Oh, okay.
Don't kill the messenger if any Irish people listen to this and tell me it's complete bullshit.
Yeah, they were taking a Mickey with you.
Right.
You
but no, I know like, that's the case because
we told that motherfucker what crack meant. And I was thinking, that'd be a good name for a restaurant. Some Irish guys. But maybe not for there. Because then it wouldn't be redundant. No. But if you would do it over here.
Oh well, there's the Nine Irish Gentlemen. That's a restaurant.
Is that a restaurant out here?
Yeah, it's in Las Vegas.
Sounds like a start of a dirty joke. All right, well, enough fucking around.
Yeah,
but
this
is good. That was good though. It was.
I'm glad we did that. I felt like that kind of helped us get our energy up and start having fun. You know what I mean?
All right, let's not oversell it. Calm down over there, sugar walls.
You calm down, shithead. Be a dick.
Mike, what are we here to review today?
We are reviewing the highest grossing R-rated movie in history, Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
Life is a mystery.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now. This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Worldwide, it has grossed $912 million.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
You think it's going to be, it might be the fastest movie to ever hit $1 billion.
And it's going to break more records because the rewatchability of this is so fucking super.
I've already seen it twice.
Yeah, Mike's seen it twice.
I got out of it the second time and I was like, I want to go again.
And folks, wait to the end because there's a very special thing, I believe, coming up at the end. It's a historic episode as
for
well.
bald guys and bad movies.
So,
absolutely.
There, I'll just leave it there. It's the culmination of, well, Wolverine and Deadpool, their connection goes back to the comics.
Yeah.
And ever since there was a Deadpool movie, I mean, Ryan Reynolds, even in the fucking test footage. Remember the test footage for Deadpool? Mm-hmm. That really kind of launched the movie itself.
That magically leaked.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds says there's only 4 people who had the footage, and he's 70% sure it wasn't him.
Schmayan Reynolds.
Yeah.
That slickster. And that was 2014, I believe.
I think they actually made the footage in like 2011.
And they leaked it like 2014.
And they leaked it years, like, because they were shopping it around for a while and no one wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And once it leaked, they greenlit the movie within 24 hours.
Yeah.
They greenlit
They
Deadpool.
saw the reaction.
Yeah. Within 24 hours of the footage getting leaked, which was actually completely illegal because the footage was owned by 20th Century Fox because they gave them a couple $1 million to make the test footage in the first place.
Well, but, money overrides stupidity.
Yeah.
They saw the dollar signs finally in their fucking eyeballs. But
Morons.
So what's the plot? Like, let's just sum up. We didn't even sum up what this is about. What is it?
Yeah, you didn't do your summary, dude.
I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it because this is a special review occasion.
Well, Deadpool's reality is collapsing due to losing their anchor being, and Deadpool thinks he's the anchor being. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. And he's like, you're not the anchor being. He finds out the anchor being is Logan. So he has to go find a new Logan to take his Logan's place. Otherwise, his universe and everyone he loves will perish into nothingness.
Mike, that was the most perfect nutshell.
That was fucking good, wasn't it? I impressed myself.
Yeah, like this is Olympic level. Like it's funny, the Olympics are going on. You just nailed the dismount.
That was fucking gold medal. Like I'm impressed with myself right now.
I feel like past Mike is going to show up behind you in a portal like, I need you to come with me to nutshell this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Shout out to you, Alex Kim. That's yours.
Universe A might need some help from Universe B. Fans have been wanting this, and even non-fans, I think.
I mean, I was never a big Deadpool fan. You know what I mean? In fact, I didn't even like the first 2 movies that much. I thought they were fun, and they were fine, but they felt more like a Family Guy episode where they just kind of beat the jokes into the ground. It felt just like a reason to make, like, very lewd and stupid jokes as opposed to a movie that I actually wanted to see.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And I'll definitely, I'm fascinated by that. I'll get into that a little bit, probably during our actual review, once I shut the fuck up with the preamble. But I just wanted to say, Ryan Reynolds is a marketing fucking genius.
Yeah.
Because beyond just the Deadpool movies, and he has like an ad agency, I forget the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
Which they service different brands. He has been low-key, maybe not so low-key, pumping up the relationship between him and Hugh Jackman. Mm-hmm. In social media and like ads or whatever. And Hugh, they're apparently really good friends in real life. And he's been a good sport and willing to just literally spread his leg and shows his balls. Did you see that commercial?
I don't know.
He was sitting, I forget what it was for, but he was sitting naked in a chair. And
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah. And he was pretending to be Hugh Jackman, major movie star who could do whatever he wanted.
Right.
And he put both his legs up to spread eagle.
Oh my
so that
God.
the guy behind the desk could probably see his hairy little balls. What did Deadpool say in the first one? I forget. Hairy little testicles. But anyway.
I have no idea.
It's been a viral phenomenon.
Well, so I saw an ad that Heinz put out after the Deadpool and Wolverine ads were all over the place, where it's just a white background with Deadpool and Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Well, Heinz put out ketchup and mustard ad with just on a white background, and underneath it just says ketchup and mustard in the
That's
Deadpool.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the Deadpool font. Like, it's so good.
That is brilliant.
It's fucking hilarious.
I wonder if Ryan Reynolds has a hand in that, or is that just them being clever? I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's low-hanging fruit, but it's smart, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not an ad man, so I can't really say.
So I thoroughly enjoyed Deadpool 1. Although I can see it's acquired taste. I can see how.
Look, and I liked Deadpool 1 and I liked Deadpool 2, but I kind of felt like they just, I don't know.
Deadpool 2 to me, I didn't like it as much as 1 because I felt like the heart wasn't in it like it was in 1. In 1, he had real stakes. He's saving his lady fair, and you can't beat that, right? That's an old trope. And in Deadpool 2, they kill her at the beginning, and he's rudderless and trying to find like a purpose or whatever. Kind of similar to this a little bit. But this works so well, and we'll get into it, but this works better because thematically, his purpose syncs up with this Wolverine's purpose. It's 48 hours with superheroes.
That was something that Hugh Jackman stated. If you've seen the Hot Ones episode with the two of them together,
which I highly recommend if you haven't.
Yeah, really good watch. The host asks him, "When did you guys first realize that Wolverine would have been the perfect straight man to Deadpool's zaniness?" And he's like,
literally the moment I saw Deadpool 1. That's where everything came flashing to me. That's where I saw 48 Hours, Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy. I saw Midnight Run. I saw The Odd Couple. I saw Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I was like, these two characters have to be together. And I had literally announced my retirement 3 days before.
Most of the world absolutely loved Deadpool 1.
Right.
And it like you knew, I could see them making a calculation, that's going to be a hit.
Right.
Like that's just printing money. But have we reached the point where we need the spotlight to be shared? That's why 3, so I think it's brilliant. Whether it worked out that way or they planned that way, they waited for 3. Because after 2 movies of Deadpool, the shtick can get
it gets
stale.
old.
Like even I, who enjoyed the first movie a lot,
absolutely
thought the second one was okay, but there was a bit of diminishing returns. It's like
definitely.
It's like Will Ferrell. I love Will Ferrell, but there was a period where his shtick, for me,
it was just done.
It was just expected, and here's the part where he's going to say something awkward and say it too loud, not know the decibel of his voice, and like the cards were on the table, and you knew exactly what the play was. So I think this movie was a great refresher for Deadpool and a great introduction for Wolverine into this world. Would you recommend it?
Highly recommend it. I've seen it twice in the movie theater. I didn't get... Now, you guys all know, all you listeners out there, we got the laundry meter. This is 0 laundry meter.
This is the reverse laundry meter. Mike took his clothes off while watching this.
Exactly, and I touched myself very sensually to the chagrin of everyone else in the theater. But
you did a Michael Jackson, or you stood up in the middle. I fucking love this movie. Start tearing your shirt off. Noah's like, "Oh my God, Dad, no!" Years of therapy.
I did a Paul Rubens.
Oh God. Well, first you tore your clothes off, then you sat down politely, and then jerked yourself off. There you go.
Exactly.
Which is all the more disturbing because you saw this twice with Noah in the theater. So.
Oh, well, now you're making it even weirder.
Well, I'm just saying.
Stop making my joke weird. It was funny until you said that, you weirdo.
Oh, wait, I'm making it weird? That's what's making it weird? Okay.
Yeah, but I did not get drowsy in this movie at all.
Put that on a poster.
I thought it was amazing from the jump. From the first scene to the last scene, I was into it. Even the credits.
You totally won't get drowsy. That makes it sound like movie shit, but that's a great look.
Oh, it really is. Coming from me, that's a big deal.
Yeah, Mike,
that's a big
deal. He sent out, group messages. Run, don't walk. Go see Deadpool Wolverine now. You saw it Thursday. Was it opening night? Or
I saw it Friday, opening night, because there were no good seats for Thursday.
Seeing a movie like this is an event, and I know I dropped the ball. I should have saw it, try to see it opening night or with a really raucous crowd.
We saw this in a regular movie theater, I think around prime time, 6 o'clock or something like that. And
the first time.
The first time. I was one of the few people who was, there were a few people there, who were, excited like me and making sound, laughing really loud or, whatever during certain scenes. But not like I'm used to. You know what I mean? Normally a movie like this, people are woo, hooting and hollering and all sorts of things. I think I was the only person who exclaimed when they started bringing out all those.
I just see, just like with the previous filthy, dirty joke, I just see you standing up in the middle. Hey, come on, people. That was funny, right? Wake up. Come on, no laundry meter needed.
But I've already taken off my clothes, right?
Yeah, that's what's funny about it. Your tallywhacker's like, every like fist pump is like, it's like dangling. Poor Noah. Anyway.
Shit, poor Noah. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you know what? Yeah, I saw it with a crowd, and look, I'm not that person. You are the boisterous.
Exactly. Yeah, and so like that's why I was annoyed because like when all the cameos started coming out when they're in the void, I was the only one who was like, woo, you know, whenever I saw these people, and no one really did it. Like I was like, come on now, like I'm the only person who finds this fucking awesome.
Come on, motherfucker, Gambit. Spoiler alert. Blade? What the fuck, motherfuckers? Wake up.
Oh man.
Security.
Security
ushers you out naked, handcuffed.
Yeah, exactly. I loved the what's it called, Daredevil jokes. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry about not having Daredevil." He's like, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's fine. We don't need him.
I wonder how many people caught that. I'm sure super fans caught it, but probably went over average Joe's head. Well, what I was saying before, I don't know if I finished my thought, but the rewatch value, it's not just because it's
tremendous.
Deadpool, but it's also Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Look, this film has tons of fan service.
Oh my God.
Now, spoiler, if you haven't watched the film by now, don't go on the internet.
Exactly. Don't be mad at us for spoiling the entire film, because we already have. We've already spoiled it almost, I'm pretty sure every single cameo in the movie. So
the fucking night this movie came out, the fucking night, I clicked on YouTube, and I shit you not, there were 3 spoilers and 3 thumbnails.
Yeah.
3 different fucking spoilers, all like in a row. I'm like,
I can
fuck
see that.
you, motherfucker. What is it? What is...
in the thumbnail?
Yeah, in the thumbnail.
Like, what the fuck?
Not even what it was saying, the fucking image. Why do fuckheads want to post immediately? First of all, they're filming with their fucking phones. Why don't you watch the fucking movie?
Yeah.
Shit for
that
brains.
pisses me off.
Well, I guess it's mainly for views, right? They want to get like views. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think I just answered my question.
There you go.
I long for the days where
Fuck them.
Growing up in, the 1920s as I did, there was a time where
1920s
you would see a trailer at the movies, and the week the movie opens, you might see some commercials on TV, and that was fucking it. It's word of mouth. Your friends at school. So, like, the surprises in this movie would have a much longer shelf life. I got spoiled by Henry Cavill. I got spoiled with Gambit. And what was that? Oh, Chris Evans. Those were the 3.
Oh, my God. Dude,
like, you motherfuckers.
They spoiled who Chris Evans was?
No, they didn't spoil who it was.
Okay, so that's okay.
So at least I was tricked enough to think, he's Cap.
Dude, I was so excited about that when Cap came back. No one was like, oh my God, it's Captain America, Cap's back. I was like, yeah, Cap's back. And then he's like, he's going to say it. He's going to say it.
You're not going to love what happens next.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, he's gonna say it.
Oh my God, he's going to say it.
Say what?
Avengers, flame on! Sorry, what now?
Flame on. And I was like, oh, this is even better.
That's the closest to conjuring a magic spell, because
holy shit.
Think of collectively, you got millions of people watching this, and at that moment they were all trolled.
Dude, right? in the best fucking way, dude.
I know.
My God. That was probably my favorite like cameo moment, when they bring out Chris Evans and you think he's Captain America and he turns out to be fucking the Human Torch.
Because it's a 2 for 1. You think it's
Cap,
exactly, and then it turns into fucking the Human Torch is even better because it's funnier.
Exactly. It was so much better. Oh my God.
And let me just say, and I did hear rumors just when I was teeing up to record this, they had asked like Robert Downey to do a cameo as Iron Man.
I heard that.
But overall, the Marvel Universe actors are so fucking chill. Now, granted, they're not doing it for fucking like free. Right. They're getting fucking paid or whatever. But that aside,
they're cool.
They're cool. Most of them aren't like,
yeah, they're cool about it.
They know where the fucking where the bread's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, don't bite the hand that's fed you very well. There were a lot of great fan service cameos.
And that was the whole point. And that's what they said. Like, I heard Ryan Reynolds talking about it. He's like, this is made by the fans for the fans. Like, we are making this to make people happy. Like, we want people to see this movie and be happy about everything they see that's going in it. Like, the fact that they had fucking Elektra was phenomenal to me, because she is literally the sidekick to a B-list superhero, and she got her own movie, which makes no sense to me. So who better to bring back but her? Like, that team was amazing. Blade, I love how a few days after the movie came out, Wesley Snipes tweeted, he's like, suck it, Hugh Jackman. He's like, I am now the longest running superhero character.
Yeah, that's right. That's a stat that came out. He's the what was it? He's the longest.
He is the longest running single character superhero
to play
ever.
the same character.
To play the same character because of this movie. Because Blade 1 came out in 98.
And there was rumors, I don't know if it's true or not, but that he hated Ryan Reynolds. Then he came out and said, well, no, I've always liked Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly. He said that it was actually never true. They just kind of let it be because they thought it was funny.
Right.
And you know, back then...
He hated David Goyer, the director of Blade 3. Like, the rumor is he tried to choke his ass out on set. So that's
really?
Yeah, there was drama. Like, he
shit.
would only be referred to as Blade, and then... he would send like messages as Blade to the director.
That's funny.
So anyway, but leave it to critics that want to dogpile on people's, like there's some people that, you know, they're at an orgy and they just want to bring up STDs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like they just
don't
can't
talk about that shit here, dude.
They just can't fucking just you know, mount up and join in. They gotta fucking like piss on everyone's parade. So you know,
Debbie Downer.
There's you know, I've read some reviews. I don't know it verbatim, but like, this is the worst kind of blockbuster to be successful.
Oh right, I heard that. I didn't read it, but
this sets a bad trend for, like, okay, so satisfy customers. People, look. This isn't, as to quote Mike, this isn't Godard. This isn't the fucking Godfather. Calm down, motherfucker.
You know what? One of my favorite memes was, it's this lady and like a guy. They look like a married couple, probably our age. You know what I mean? And it's just them sitting there, and there's a text over it that says, "We left Deadpool and Wolverine 30 minutes in. It's so vulgar and an offense against God." And then the next.
That makes me want to see it even more.
Exactly. Next to that is a guy like this, and his text is like, "You guys are laying it on pretty thick. I was already going to see it, but now I'm seeing it tonight."
Wait, where was that drop? Just some random on Twitter?
It was just some random meme that popped up.
Is it true? I saw this, and I didn't do an investigation. Did people take their kids and were mad about the vulgarity in the blood in a Deadpool movie?
Tell you the truth, this was the least vulgar Deadpool out of the three.
Well, sexually wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're Americans. We can deal with blood and violence. Right. It's sex that we're afraid of. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Tits
like,
and pegging.
Exactly.
That makes people squirm in their chairs.
Oh my God. At one point, like, Noah leans over to me and he's like, "What's masturbating?" I start laughing. I'm like, Noah, I can't explain that right now.
Explain it now, Mike. Grown up future Noah may listen to this.
I told him, I was like, remember and ask me after the movie, and I will explain it to you.
And you're like, please forget.
Yeah, and he did. Thank God.
That old technique, that parental technique. Yeah, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you tomorrow to get some sleep.
Exactly. Oh, so masturbating is when you get those toy Hulk gloves and you just like pound your junk as hard as you can.
So I love this movie. I will say, when I finished watching it, I felt exhausted.
In a good way.
But like leaving Disneyland at the end of the day,
right.
or a good theme park, right? And for some people that might be a bad thing, but there were so many jokes, so many thrilling cameos.
They all hit. Every joke just hit, dude.
All the action was great. Everything was clever. And, Hugh Jackman could have just shown up and that would have been enough. But he brought this fucking A game. That one
He
scene
was phenomenal.
where he was reaming Deadpool, like about midway of the movie, like he fucking reached a breaking point.
It was so good. Just ripping him to shreds.
You know what? You're a fucking joke. No wonder the Avengers didn't take you, or the X-Men, and they'll take fucking anyone. I mean, you are a ridiculous, immature, half-wit moron. I have never met a sadder, more attention-starved, jabbering little prick in my entire life, and that says a lot, because I've been alive for more than 200 fucking years. And I'll tell you, that bald chick was right about one thing. You will never save the world. You couldn't even save a relationship with a goddamn stripper. And motherfucker, I wish I could say you die alone. But it's one of God's best jokes that you can't die, except that's on all of us.
It was a meta commentary on probably what all of us feel about Deadpool, but we tolerate because it is fun. But it was like dramatic acting.
It was so good.
Let's talk about the Deadpool army.
Oh my God.
Lady Deadpool.
Absolutely.
Baby
Lady Pool. Nice Pool.
Head Pool. What's your favorite part? Yeah, I already know mine.
So this isn't my favorite part, but I love the part at the beginning when he's killing the TVA guys with Logan's dead body.
That's my favorite part.
I thought it was hilarious. Like the dancing intermixed with it was phenomenal. When he takes like the dude's like leg bone or whatever it is and like slams it into the guy's junk and like strokes it like he's jerking it off. Like, dude.
The Deadpool movies have always had amazing openings.
But you know what was funny about this opening? The last two movies, I'm pretty sure they didn't actually say the people's names who were in it. They all had like slurs, like, you know, like instead of their actual names. And so I was kind of surprised that this one had everyone's real names. Maybe that was something that
it's funnier because you put, I think, was it Ryan Reynolds on the boner?
Yeah.
And he starts slowly stroking it. I think it's funnier if you have the actual people's names on pieces of adamantium dead Logan skeleton or whatever, right?
Yeah, totally.
And that's the thing. Like 3 didn't need it.
Right.
Like, because 3 has so much fucking coolness and comedy that you don't even need to like milk it for that.
Now let me ask you, did you like 1 more than 3?
1 more than 3?
Yeah.
No.
Is this your favorite Deadpool movie?
This is my favorite Deadpool movie.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Definitely for me.
A standalone Deadpool movie, I like 1 as a standalone.
Yeah.
And 2 was a little bit.
So I have a little bit of information that I thought was interesting. So you know what this was originally called?
Oh, right. I know this story. Go ahead. Tell it.
Deadpool and Friend.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
This is a different story. Story. That's a good one, too.
The other one we got.
It was originally called Deadpool and Friend. And they had already made the trailer, done all these posters and cutouts, printed all of these out. It was called Deadpool and Friend. And they tested it, and people fucking hated it. Like vehemently fucking hate, like bile-turning hate. Just the name Deadpool and Friend.
Oh, not the movie, but
not the
movie.
Title. The title. They hated it, and this is like 2 days before the Super Bowl when the ad's about to air, and they're first going to announce what it's called. And Ryan Reynolds goes to the marketing to the P&A people, and they're like, we have to change the title of the movie. They're like, that's funny, yeah. Like, no, I'm not kidding. He's like, dude, the trailer's already made. It's like the people who need it already have it. All our printings have gone out. We cannot change the name of the movie. He's like, we are changing the fucking name of this movie, and we are doing it now. The longer you stay here and say we're not doing it, the less time we have to get this shit done. We are changing the fucking name of this movie now. And he's like, that's the whole thing. He's like, you know, when you're working with Disney, you really got to pick and choose your battles. And this was one that I was going to die on.
And it's like, a massive machine, too.
Yes, exactly. He's like, so 2 days before the Super Bowl, they had to go back and re-render everything. Luckily, they already had like their title designed. It was the same font and everything like that. But yeah, they had to go through and redo everything.
But Disney to me seems like the kingdom of the rich dummies, and what they understand more than anything at a fault is testing with audiences.
Weird, right?
And if it's testing, everyone hates it. I would feel like they would be the ones standing beside Ryan You know, like, make this fucking happen.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Money.
So that was kind of funny.
Tell us the other one, though. Because it was during the hot ones that...
Okay, yeah, and so they talked about, well, this all came up because of the idea of like leaks.
Man, it's hard to keep a secret. You know, I'll say, I've never talked about this before, but do you know that, and maybe you know this, the original idea with this movie was to shoot a fake movie called Alpha Cop that was intentionally bad. Like the poster, I even had one of the posters made. It was about two guys who are sharing one brain, and together they make the ultimate cop. And the poster says, you know, Alpha Cop, two cops, one brain, all balls. And it was meant to be kind of like horrible. And, you know, so you would go, you know, like 10 people in America would go to see this movie on opening weekend, and 5 minutes into the movie, the Marvel logo would flip up and it would actually be Deadpool Wolverine. But the problem with, if you manage to get right down to the last minute and it gets blown, you know, it would be heartbreaking. So I don't know, but we've been lucky on this one.
And it would be unfortunate for the people that really wanted to see Alpha Cop too. You know, you got to think about them.
That's true.
Which may or may not be rolling 5 minutes into our movie on July 26th.
See that coming.
Yeah.
It's like a much larger version of the Chris Evans cameo.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
think it's one thing and it turns out to be
Exactly.
the other. Right?
Exactly. Okay, so we haven't even actually talked about this movie at all.
But we have though. Like this isn't a type of movie where you just go through.
You need to go through. Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's filled with like just great moments.
We're talking about the fun parts of this movie.
Yeah.
Like the greatness of this movie and everything that has surrounded it within its zeitgeist.
Hugh Jackman looks incredible. Holy shit.
My God.
Is he on roids, Mike? Is he doing the roids?
I don't know. He's not really that big. Like he's just cut, which makes me think he could possibly not.
So
be
he's
on
a
roids.
natural. Okay.
Yeah, like someone like The Rock, like you just don't get that big without roids. You know what I mean?
Oh, the story. Did you tell me the story? So Madonna's Like a Prayer.
I heard it's a rumor.
Is it just a rumor?
I don't know that it's true.
It's a beautiful rumor. So the rumor is that, well, Ryan Reynolds, I don't think this is a rumor. He spoke to her to get the rights to have Like a Prayer, and her contingent upon Hugh Jackman's shirt. His chest
Shirtless.
is exposed.
Yeah,
during
she
the
wasn't.
song.
Yeah,
so they
you know, Madonna's a thirsty bitch.
They do make a big moment of his shirt exploding. But the other wonderful thing is not only is he wearing the tiger costume. I don't know what the correct nerd accurate term for it is, but he wore the fucking mask, and he didn't just wear it for that one scene. He wore it for pretty much
the rest of the movie,
the entire third act like finale, which was fucking amazing, dude.
It was just
with the white eyes and everything. It's like
just nerdgasm.
Yeah,
like absolute nerdgasm.
Splooging.
Like, yeah.
And this is splooge built up since you were like 5.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
like you
since
just
I
wanted
first
to
saw
see
Wolverine on either in the cartoon or in comics or anywhere, you know, like, oh my God, dude.
I was more of a, what's the other suit? The orange, is it orange and brown or brown and
really?
I don't know. I think as a kid, when in comics, he was wearing that suit when I first learned of Wolverine.
Really?
So that was and there's that famous.
Was that his first suit?
I don't think it was his first suit.
I think the yellow and blue was his first suit.
That was his original. And then I remember the Todd McFarlane comic. I fucking picked it up and bought it because I was a Hulk fan.
Oh, him versus Hulk?
And they also had that little Easter egg when he was searching for the different Wolverines. It was that fight. And they had the blade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wolverine's blade and reflect the Hulk. And that is the fucking...
That's the cover.
That's the cover. It's such wonderful, delicious fan service.
Well, I hear they're working on a Hulk versus Wolverine movie.
Oh, I hope that's true.
I hear it's true. This is something I'm pretty sure of. And Noah was saying, he's like, how funny would it be if during the fight scene, like Deadpool pops out and he's in the
smart kid,
Like
they should fucking
reference.
do that.
Yeah, they should.
They should absolutely. They've already established it. Why not?
Absolutely. I was like, bro, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
And you know the thing about the Hulk IP, Marvel still doesn't own the rights to make a Hulk standalone movie.
Right. So they can make a Hulk Wolverine movie.
Yeah, they could pair it up like, hey, he's not the main character.
Exactly.
Fucking Hugh Jackman's the main character.
Exactly.
Unless you want us to, buy your fucking studio.
So fucking, yeah, exactly. Which they'd probably be happy to do.
Maybe we can do Dracula right, huh? You motherfuckers.
I swear to God, I love the joke. They're like, Disney's going to force him to make these movies till he's 90.
Yeah. And I think he'll willingly do it because it's...
Hell yeah. I mean, I feel like the only reason he hung up the claws was because he'd done so many of them, and Logan was great and everything, but I just felt like the movies weren't hitting as hard as, he was hoping they would. But now he has a Wolverine movie that is the hardest, dude, talk about rogue waves where two waves in the middle of the ocean hit each other and just become this behemoth. Holy fuck, what an amazing movie.
Do you think Patrick Stewart is like, you motherfucker? Because have you heard the story?
No.
That Patrick Stewart, I guess, maybe it was premiere night or whatever with Logan. But Patrick apparently leaned over to him and was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to stop being Professor X too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is a good send-off.
I mean, he's old.
I know, but that money ain't old.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. It's just funny to me if Patrick Stewart's sitting there, that motherfucker.
Dog pool.
Dog pool?
I fucking loved that dog.
First I was like, is it a CGI dog? But no, he's real.
No, that's a real dog named Becky.
Jesus. Did they shave it down to make it ugly?
It is a mix between a Chinese crested dog and a pug, and it's missing its front teeth on the left, which is why its tongue hangs out like that. What's the talent scouting that went down for that, man? I have no idea.
Or did they just make that shit in the lab?
I fucking loved that dog. My reaction to that dog was Ryan Reynolds' reaction to Deadpool's reaction to the dog in the movie. I fucking loved that dog so much. All three of us were just like, what kind of dog was that? How do we get a dog like that?
This is how it starts. It's not Jurassic Park. It's Deadpool Wolverine. Cosmetic, genetic, tampering. Dude. You can have your own dog pool.
So Chinese crested dogs are hairless dogs, except for they have these big long manes of hair on the outside around their head, which is why they're called Chinese crested dogs.
So they all kind of look like that, except for the missing tooth.
No, that is a pug mixed
I get what you're saying.
Chinese
right.
dog.
That's right.
So that's why it looks like that. And
are both species the same height?
No.
For one to fuck the other, did it acquire some?
Chinese crested dogs are actually longer legs, kind of taller dogs. They look, they're definitely different looking dogs. Very.
So how did that coupling even happen? Did someone hold up the other one and
Troy, love finds a way.
Yes, it does. It really does. There's someone for everyone. Holy shit.
Tell you the truth, the
dog's like, I gotta get me some of that 3-inch.
I'll tell you the truth, they probably didn't even try and do it. They probably just brought their dog over to someone else's house with the dog. You know what I mean? And that happens. If your dogs aren't fixed and you bring them over, they're gonna fuck.
Keep bumping.
Let's talk about the villain, who played Princess Di.
Cassandra. I really liked her. I thought she was a great villain. I actually really loved the effects of her putting her hands in people's heads and stuff. When she was pulling the Paradox guy around by his head, oh my God, I loved it. There was 1 or 2 shots where it looked pretty CG, but for the most part, it looked pretty damn good. She's sticking her fingers out of his nose and stuff, and then pulling him, I don't know. I thought it would look really cool.
I thought it was brilliant because her psychic ability, which we've seen psychic abilities ad nauseum. So for her to have to physically put her fingers in your fucking brain, and then proceed to drag people around like you know what it made me think of? The Thing. There was like shots of The Thing when it was absorbing people, and it would just like walk away, like casually dragging the corpse, and it just looked painful and disgusting. Yeah. But she did a great job.
She was good.
And it was a hard job too, because she held her own against Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God. What was the line where she said, she's like,
I can't send you home unless you get this thing off my head. And as soon as you do that, I'm going to bore your brains on an atomic level whilst flicking my bean to the end of your box set.
holy shit, this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
That reminds me how Chris Evans dies.
Oh my God.
Johnny Storm. And it leads to a great after scenes moment. They're in the villain's lair and Deadpool is like
you said in the convoy, this finger-licking, dead-inside pixie slab of third-rate dime store nut milk can eat your delicious cinnamon ring and kick rocks all the way to bald hell. I have never said any of those words in my entire life. The modesty. People think I'm a shit talker, but this guy, next level. Wait, I don't even know what half of that means.
And she literally pulls the flesh from his bones.
Yeah, and he just like collapses into a pile.
And Wolverine's like, you fucking killed the guy. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm just telling you what the motherfucker said. And then at the very end, he cuts to the tape.
Yeah.
The scene you didn't see.
Cassandra Nova, a megalomaniacal psychotic asshole. A finger-licking, dead-inside pixie slap, a third-rate dime store nut milk. And I'll tell you what she can do.
I'm listening.
She can lick my goddamn cinnamon ring clean and kick rocks all the way to bald hell. In fact, I don't give a shit if she removes all my skin and pops me like some nightmarish blood balloon. If the last thing I do in this godforsaken cum-gutter existence is light that fuckbox on fire, I still won't die happy.
Holy shit, girl, you crazy.
That's right. I won't be happy until I've urinated on her freshly barbecued corpse and husk fucked the charred remains while gargling Juggernaut's Juggernut. Wow. Gotcha, fuckface.
Everything that Deadpool said verbatim.
Exactly. And the funniest part is like, I love Deadpool. He keeps looking at the camera like, see? He said that. I should have told you he said that. Like, it's so funny, dude.
Which was the perfect after scenes credit thing, because, I didn't know. Okay, is this going to tease like a new Marvel IP, or is it going to have meaning? No, it's just one last joke.
Exactly.
One last thing.
But another thing I loved about the credits, I loved the fact that they used Green Day's "Hope You Had the Time of Your Life," which is the song that they used for every single graduation montage for 20 years. And they used that as the credits song while playing all these little like outtakes from all the 20th Century Fox Marvel movies. Like, yep, it's over now. This is their swan song. And I just thought it was such a funny little, like, it's all over now. Like, you graduated from 20th Century Fox and you're now in the real world, Marvel.
So that and Logan's girlfriend Dallas, shout out to Dallas. Like, she fucking listens to this. She doesn't even listen to me in real life.
I hope not. If she listens to this, I don't ever want to meet her.
But she's fantastic.
No,
dude.
I know, but let me say, I don't want her to ever meet me.
Right, okay, that's one way to. Okay, that's a more accurate way of putting it. But she said she got emotional. She was tearing up and crying a little bit for that sequence because she grew up. This imprinted. She loves the X-Men.
Yeah,
and those films. She discovered it as a child, and it was like so meaningful to her. I'm like, what, really? And then that goes to show, like, those movies were fine, but I saw it as an adult. There's a window for movies to imprint on people. It makes me wonder about the future, because if Deadpool Wolverine is the movie that, well, it is for Noah.
Yeah, he loved it.
It's his it's his first rated R movie, right? In the theater, right?
No, not as, maybe?
In the theater?
Yeah, actually, maybe it is his first rated R theater
Like,
movie.
this is his cherry breaking movie.
Yeah.
Forever he'll remember this. He's on the therapist's couch, and that's why I have a smashing addiction.
That's why I have a masturbating fetish.
He has to have penile reconstructive surgery because he.
Jesus Christ! Can we not talk about Noah?
Okay, we won't talk about Noah. But I'm just saying the movie touches some people on different levels depending on what they're bringing to the table. And Hugh Jackman is like, I mean, he's played the character for like 20 fucking years.
Yeah, no, and I get what she's saying. I'll tell you why. Because X-Men came out in 2000. I was still a teenager, right? Mm-hmm. I loved it. The X-Men cartoon, I watched that. You know, I didn't watch the entire thing because it started airing right around the time that I was like getting into high school, and I kind of stopped watching it. And tell you the truth, I'll tell you what actually made me stop watching it. I would have to set up my VCR to record it because my mom was still going to frickin' church at the time and would drag me to church, and so I wouldn't be able to sit around and watch X-Men because I was at church. So I'd have to figure out how to program my damn VCR, and it didn't record one day. And, you know, you can't just go find the episode, go restream the episode anytime you want to at that point. Like, you missed an episode? Like, what the fuck happened in that episode? And now I'm supposed to watch the rest of this show?
And this is because your mom went to church and
took me to church. Made me go to church with her instead of staying home to watch freaking X-Men.
Okay, so that's why you're Satanist. Okay,
I'm not a Satanist. I'm an atheist.
You revoked the name of God and... Oh, okay.
I'm not an atheist. I'm an agnostic.
That's a cleaner way of saying it. So, what else?
What else?
Have we...
There is so much to mine in this.
The TVA pops up.
We barely even touched on the cameos.
Well, can you rattle them off? You've seen it twice now.
Yeah, I can rattle them off. Lady Deathstrike's back in there somewhere.
Wait, where is she at?
She's in the background. She's one of Cassandra Nova's fighters. It's not the same actress from the movie, but she's in there. Pyro obviously was in there. Oh yeah, Toad was in there.
Now, was that Ray?
I don't think it was.
Oh.
No, I don't think it was. No. The Juggernaut from the X-Men film from X3 is in there.
But it's a different actor.
Okay. Yeah, they have a lot of the same characters.
It looked like James McAvoy. I thought they were trolling us.
That's funny.
Because the face of the...
That would have been funny, dude. That would have been fucking awesome,
because he's fucking ripped, dude. Like,
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Azazel, he's the red dude. He looks kind of, who can like he basically has like Nightcrawler's powers, but he's red.
Was he in First Class?
He's in X-Men First Class, the first one.
Yeah.
Elektra, Blade, Gambit,
the obvious ones.
X-23, all the obvious ones. Johnny Storm,
Sabretooth from
Sabretooth,
the first X-Men.
The X-Men Sabretooth, not the other one. I thought it would have been funny to have both Sabretooths in there. That would have been that would have been a fun little moment.
I like Sabretooth from, I forget the actor's name. Ray Donovan.
Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber.
I quite enjoy Sabretooth.
He's great.
In that. But,
he was good.
But he's a great
He was
actor.
one of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor. So, well, that leads me to this is the perfect movie to watch again and again because you'll probably find a lot of
new
things. New little... And the whole fact, and it was kind of revealed in the trailer, they're zapped to avoid where, I guess... forgotten characters and the 20th Century Fox logo.
Yeah, the broken 20th Century Fox is right there. It's so good. I fucking loved that.
Hey, Nice Pool, is he from the comics?
I have no idea.
Or did they just invent him to mock Ryan Reynolds? I have to look that up.
Well, you know what's funny? Ryan Reynolds talks about when he first learned about Deadpool. I thought it was actually he was a big fan of Deadpool and then he wanted to do it. But actually, someone talked to him about how he should be Deadpool. And he was like, oh, really? Well, I'm not really a big comic book guy, but let me look at it. So he picks up a comic book. And the way he says it is, and I doubt this is actually true. What are the odds? Unless someone specifically gave him this book. One of the first panels he reads of Deadpool pulls off his mask and he's like, I know, I look like a mix between Ryan Reynolds and a Shar-Pei. and so that was like that was my first like introduction to it. And then I just kind of like, I ended up getting kind of obsessed with it and I just wanted to get it made. And that's how he became Deadpool. He's been inextricably linked. And he was actually black. Like if you watch X-Men Origins Wolverine.
And it had that would have been racist and he had an afro outside of his mask.
That would have been funny.
People would have been up in arms, but that would have been fucking funny. Because all you wanted is to take his mask off and see what he looks like.
I don't know if they would. I think they would have laughed. I think they would have laughed. You know what I mean?
Like, just go for it. Just invent
Dude, absolutely. And then have Denzel Washington do the voice or something. or Morgan Freeman do the voice for it. Like, that shit would be so funny.
Or Denzel's son. You know, they are banished to the place of forgettable.
Fuck that guy. I fucking can't stand that dude.
Nice Pool was actually Deadpool when Deadpool was banished to the void, and Deadpool calls himself Nice Pool to distinguish himself from the other Deadpools.
Oh.
So it sounds like
in the comics?
In comics, it was, unless I'm reading this wrong, it was the original Deadpool, but he just renamed himself Nice Pool. Whatever. But
no, he said that other people call him Nice Pool. That's what he said.
In the movie.
In the movie.
Right.
Oh, you're talking about in the comics.
I'm talking about comic lore, because I didn't know if a beautiful Deadpool that was nice.
Dude,
Canadian pool.
Yeah. He died from murder. He was like, yeah, but look at these double gold-plated 50 caliber pistoleros.
What was the surviving X-Force member? That all the
Shatterstar?
That all the Deadpools loved.
Oh, no, Peter.
That's probably the greatest thing that Deadpool 2 brought us was Peter.
Oh, Peter's amazing. What about when at the beginning he's like, "Oh, are you having a midlife crisis there, buddy?" And he's like, "I don't know." It's like, "Maybe." And he's like, "Cause I knew this one guy had a midlife crisis. He got his nipples pierced and then like connected it with a chain down to his Van Johnson." And I'm like, "I don't know." Blah, blah, blah. And then later on, you see him. He's the one
gathering.
with the nipples pierced with the chain. Oh, he's like,
go ahead, pull it. Do you remember?
Yeah, he's like, pull. He's like, oh, he's like, see, that's where the fun starts. I fucking love it, dude.
Logan was he felt like there was pirate ships. He thought, oh, that was like from Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. I recognize it. Like, maybe it's a Disney property. They're allowed.
When he says Logan, he means his son, not Logan. As right.
But I'm not a nerd. I promise you.
Yeah, you only named Logan after your favorite superhero. Now, did you name Logan because of Wolverine?
No, I never told this story.
I don't think so. But this is the perfect time to tell it.
This is the perfect time to tell it. My wife would be so happy I'm conveying this for the whole world to know.
Oh, God.
No, I felt like my son's name must pass a threshold of
manliness.
If a woman says his name in the fit of passion, it must sound manly and good. Like, oh, Samuel. You know what I mean? It doesn't roll off the tongue. Or, oh, Richard. But, oh, Logan. See, your throat has to go, you know, it's got a little growl in it.
I
Lumberjack,
really regretting my request to hear this story.
That was the primary, and also there was a comic thing, because I forget what they call it, but like Peter Parker, you know, the first name and the last Logan Luthor. See, I wanted to call Chloe Lola Luthor, but I got vetoed. Maybe wiser minds prevailed the second time around.
I think so. Okay, after that tidbit of information.
No, I think I was that just shows how much of a caring dad I was, thinking about my child's future. He may not have money for college education, but he can dominate the bedroom in terms of.
Okay.
He's 18. He's 18 now. He's an adult. I can talk about these things.
Yeah, sure.
And also, this is a Deadpool review, so saucy language and asides are allowed and okay here. It's a safe space. Got it. What was I about to say earlier, though? We were talking
I don't know,
about.
But let's, whatever it is, remember so we can start talking about that instead. Oh, people are laughing about the fact that Blade's first line after 20 years is retarded. He's like, retarded? No, retired. I'm not trying to get canceled.
I will say, and I don't regret they put it in there.
Oh, the ice skating uphill line?
It felt like, hey, remember this line I said? I wish they had found a better way. Oh, wait, here's the fix. This would have been brilliant. Logan and Wolverine are running up the ramp to was she Cassandra? Is that her name?
Yeah, Cassandra Nova.
And like an ice bomb goes off and they slide down. It's like some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. That would have been
I felt
brilliant.
Maybe. I don't know. I felt like that. I think that might have been worse, to tell you the truth.
No. If you did it right, it would have been good.
Well, if you do anything right, it'll be good.
It just felt kind of wedged in there. I wish they had done.
Yeah.
It was no Human Torch flame on.
Oh man, that was the best.
That just felt so organic and in there.
The fight in the car was amazing. Like holy shit.
And what a car commercial.
He's like, I'm wrong. The Honda Odyssey fucks hard.
Good on you, Honda Odyssey marketing team.
I love my Honda Odyssey.
Yeah.
Kind of. Sometimes I hate it.
I bet you sell spiked for it. I bet you sell spiked.
Honda Odysseys are good vans. I mean, they're nice. Gambit was hilarious, not being able to understand a fucking thing he says.
Not a single word. What do you do exactly? You don't be knowing that it ain't coming off without that dome gonna come off with it.
I'm so sorry, beautiful. I want this to be gentle. Who is your dialect coach? The Minions? I feel like we are missing critical exposition here.
Now, Channing Tatum has been very vocal about wanting to play Gambit for a long time.
I don't know why. I mean, he's just not... He doesn't really scream Gambit to me, to tell you the truth.
Not a huge Channing Tatum fan. I think you
I
like
like Channing Tatum. Yeah, I like him most of the time, but I don't know. He just doesn't look like Gambit. He's too
I wouldn't cast him as Gambit. Yeah, he's like a
muscly dude.
Musclehead. Like Gambit, it should be a lean kind of slickster.
Totally.
Card shark.
You know who would make a good Gambit, I think, would be the bad guy from the first Deadpool. The guy the guy who the original Dario Naharis, and then he was also the bad guy in Rebel Moon. I love Dogpool licking his mouth while he's having a whole long conversation, and she's just like going to town on his mouth, and he's just talking like she's not even licking him. That shit is so funny.
I got you one better. Dogpool as a shield from the Deadpool army. Wolverine picked him up.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. And they were like, "Oh,
hey, I got to set this up right," because first Deadpool picks up Nice Pool and uses him as a shield. And stops in the middle of the battle while they're shooting him. It's like for no reason other than I think he just wanted Dogpool to himself.
I think I'm hit. Oh shit. You did that on purpose. I did no such thing. You really are God's perfect idiot. They're practically hospitals. They sell portable triage units. They don't. I'm gonna get you to safety. Deep breath. Hey! Why are we stopping? Just catching my breath. What are your legs on vacation? You're gonna live. Look at me, Nice Pool. I'm gonna live.
Yeah, and the guns.
The golden guns. His head blows up and he dives out the way. And then Wolverine just picks up Dogpool and just calmly walks.
Stands up and like they all stop shooting and he's so walking precious. Like, oh, it's so precious. Yeah, it's like, oh, I love that little puppy. Like, and just the look on Wolverine's face, like he knows that they're all gonna stop shooting the moment they see that dog. Like he knows that that's the case.
He's figured them out already.
Oh, I loved that dog so much.
And the movie ends with, man, I know it may be lightning in the bottle, and maybe we're asking too much. I would love to see a sequel.
Oh my God.
They set it up where Wolverine, so he's in this reality. His reality is all fucked. At first he's like he's going to walk away. It's a plane, trains, and automobiles. That's exactly what it is. Then Deadpool's like, wait, Logan. And he shows up and he's at Deadpool's house, presumably hanging out. I don't know, probably not living there. But, I like how with Wolverine, Deadpool's like, and Blind Al, he's like, what?
You call her Blind Al?
That's fucked up.
Somehow she's able to see cocaine.
And then she's leaning out the window when they have the big Deadpool army battles. Like, I wish I was deaf too.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassment of riches. that phrase.
You know what?
was in-
I am going to buy this movie the moment it's available on digital. I cannot get enough of this movie.
Do you think there's an unrated version of this movie?
I will buy them both. I don't give a shit.
I'm just curious. It's filled with so much carnage.
Well, I mean, they did a super cut of or an unrated version of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unrated doesn't mean they're worse. Like more inappropriate. It just means this isn't the version that got rated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
then because Deadpool 2 had the Fred Savage PG-13 version. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, they
right.
Yeah,
I remember that now.
And they filmed the new opening like Princess Bride, and it wasn't the adult Fred Savage in the bed, and Deadpool was reading to him.
Where am I? Who dressed me? I did. I'm a big fan of bears. I'm not wearing pants. When's the last time you saw a bear wearing pants? What the f- Easy now, hey. The only F-bomb we're using around here is Fred Savage. Now, I want you to take a deep breath and listen to me very carefully, Frederick. You're in a PG-13 version of Deadpool 2, which means we only get 2 1 and a glass of white wine. Are you bleeping yourself? You bet your voice and little I am.
So, Mike, was there any parts you didn't like or you thought could have been better?
No, the only part that I thought was a little slow, which was a very short part of the movie, is when Cassandra Nova goes into Wolverine's head and they have a little conversation in like the field with a bunch of
tombstones, I believe, right? Or were they
tombstones?
Were they? I don't fucking know.
What are
pillars?
tombstones?
Whatever.
Yeah, just a bunch of rocks. Not rocks, but like there was some sort of,
but in order.
And
organized Stonehenge.
And so, like, that was the only part that I thought was a little slow. I think it might have had more to do with the fact that they used their shots. I think weren't that good. They used a lot of like kind of a medium wide and then like kind of a medium shot as opposed to ever really getting in his face. That's why I thought there was more emotion in the scenes when he's ripping Deadpool a new asshole in the car, because you're like right in his face when they're telling him all this stuff. Like you're right in that extreme close up.
Also, I will say, if I had to find a flaw, it was the reason why he was seen as the worst Wolverine. He walked away from the X-Men and they were killed. And then they alluded to him. Did he fight back and was a killer? He killed like a lot of humans and stuff?
I don't know.
Or?
I don't even think they got into that, to tell you the truth. I don't remember. But I do remember saying he came back, and then I think at that point they said that he just kind of gave up. Like he just kind of started drinking a lot.
I felt that was a little soft, in my opinion. Like, because our Wolverine, that was the thing. He was like, oh, he's always riding off on his Harley. Going away. And I was thinking he had done something a bit more direct and more like a betrayal, right?
Yeah.
It just felt like, well, that's what Wolverine does. And I don't necessarily blame him if he's not there we didn't get enough detail about it to really understand why the universe finds him to be the worst Wolverine.
Well, he feels that he's the worst Wolverine. Like that was one of the things.
But the TVA guy also said
that the TVA guy
he failed
says
his
that,
X-Men
right?
team.
But he's also an asshole who doesn't want him to find another guy because he wants to shred their universe for whatever reason. You know what I mean? God, there's so many good parts in this movie. Like when he gets the thing in the TVA and he like jumps out into the cubicle area and the guy sitting there with his mug and Deadpool's ass is like coming straight at him and they're playing I don't want the world to see me. Yeah. And he's just like staring at his eyes are getting big and his ass is about to hit him in the face and then he fucking uses the TVA thing to go elsewhere.
Because
and
they
just
set it up because Deadpool like mentions when he puts a suit on, it comes out like, you know, it's a little snug in the ass, or you remember better than I do. But like, this guy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, totally. No, but I love when he comes out. He's like, this suit's fucking amazing. Yeah. He's like, and that tailor of yours is a fucking predator. Because all the grabbing the junk, smacking the ass and stuff. It's so funny. Oh my God. What about the Wolverine variants?
Okay,
Which was your favorite Wolverine variant?
Well, and we talked about fucking cameos, but one of the biggest one was Henry fucking Cavill, the Calverine.
Calverine.
You see his big, that's one that was spoiled for me, fucking motherfuckers. But this giant muscular back. It's like, wait a minute, is that Henry? That's like a Henry Cavill. He turns around, it's Henry Cavill, and he does the fist. But what's the lock and load fist thing from?
Does he do that?
Yeah, from Mission Impossible that became a meme. He does that with the
loading the fists before he punches. I definitely thought the comic book height accurate Wolverine was pretty funny.
Was
he was like, "Look at you!"
I thought that was a great trolling. That's the one thing fucking neckbeards are always complaining about. Yeah, he's just too tall.
Yeah, totally.
He's got to be this exact height to be accurate.
And I love the fact, like, here you go. This is what you want? Seriously? Like, give me a fucking break. He looks stupid. You wouldn't be able to stop laughing at him.
I think you told me he's actually smaller. Like, they exaggerated the shortness of comic accurate. But they had to make the point. Like, this is what you want, a short-ass Wolverine.
And then they had... What is that? Do you know the Crucified Wolverine? What's that from?
I don't know. It's from a storyline, obviously. And I think that's a comic cover, right?
That's a comic cover, yeah. And then also like the Berserker Wolverine with the one hand, the Apocalypse Wolverine.
Which one? He only had one hand?
He only has one hand, the metal thing over the one hand. Him standing against the wall like that when you first see him, that's also a comic book cover.
I think everything in that sequence.
Yeah, the one-eyed Wolverine was like with the eye patch, that was a comic cover. Like they did a great job of
fan servicing.
Doing fan service.
It's the Hawk Tua of fan service. They like spit on that thing and just took it all the way down.
That's
all the way
right.
down to the tonsils. Yeah, there you go. A little ball fondage while you're at it. Before we say bye, Mike, what do you want to rate Deadpool and Wolverine?
I am going to rate.
Wait for it.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Drum roll.
5. I said it. You heard me right. 5. For the first time ever. I'm going to rate it.
First 5
ever. I went back and watched it a second time.
This is why it's legitimate.
Just to confirm that I thought it was a 5.
Is that why you saw it a second time?
Well,
really?
no, not really. I wanted to see it again. But I did think to myself, I would like to see if I still feel that way after seeing it a second time.
When you told me you were going to see it a second time, because Mike he was so excited, folks. It was like the first Christmas. All first Christmases rolled into one for a child. And he was like, this is my first 5. I'm like, really?
We have to record it. And you were like, I don't know, we can. But I was like, it's just going to be a love fest. I'm like, yeah, but this is going to be my first 5. We have to fucking record it. We have to record it.
We have to get this on record because it may not happen again.
Exactly.
And then when he told me, I'm going to see it again, I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just see. Let's see if this still is a 5.
It is absolutely a 5.
Because you've been 5 adjacent at least one documented time.
Yes.
And then later you were like, I never said it was a 5. That's that Forza whatever the fuck it was.
I remember saying that, but thinking back on it, I don't know how I could have ever thought that. Tell you the truth.
I still haven't seen that movie, by the way. So maybe
really?
I should. No, I haven't watched it.
It's pretty good. I mean, I liked it a lot. It was fun.
You had a lot of beer that night.
I probably did, but I've watched it since then and liked it. But it's not like this movie.
This is we gotta make this a moment. This is your first fucking 5.
This is my first 5.
Cue the 5 music.
It is 5 simulated masturbations while destroying another man's junk with an adamantium fucking tibia, whatever the fuck kind of bone it was.
Nice.
So one thing I will say, though, you have to understand that this movie was made for me. I am their target audience, and they fucking hit it in the bullseye. It was a bullseye for their target audience. Like, that's the way I'm putting it. Now, if you're not their target audience, like Mom, you, I think you still might think it's funny, and I think you still might have a good time watching it because you like comedies and because you like action films. I think you'd actually think it was really funny and fun. But I don't think you are going to like it as much as I did because it wasn't made for you. It's made for me, someone who grew up loving the X-Men, then loving the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I still think, Mom, you should go see this movie. I think you'll dig it. I think you'll have a fun time watching it because There's some raunchy humor. There's going to be jokes that are you're going to hear them, and it's going to take you a second to get, and then you're going to fucking die laughing after you actually get the joke. That's what I think.
Well, we got you on the books, man.
It's a 5, baby. Go see it. I loved it.
5, 5, 5, 5,
5, 5, 5.
So I got thoughts. I have my rating ready.
Let's hear it.
So I'm going to give this movie 4.5 lines of Let It Snow out of 5.
Do you want to build a snowman? Yes, but I can't.
So here's my take, and everything you said, I completely agree. I also completely understand why some people may love it, but not love it.
Right.
Like you. Mm-hmm. So Deadpool movies to me are, and it's the nature of what they are. A lot of the comedy is the comedy of shock and surprise. Once the shock and surprise is gone, watching it again, there's a diminishing returns, right? It doesn't impact as much. Doesn't mean I don't like it as much.
Right.
It's on a different level.
Sure.
I see it coming, whatever. There's a spontaneity you lose. And the movie itself, DNA-wise, that's really the core of it. And that's probably why I can't give it a 5, because once repeated viewing happens, it's not, and maybe this is true of any comedy. I don't know. But particularly for Deadpool. Deadpool is so rapid fire and so many like shocking, I can't believe you said that. But once that goes away, you're left with a very good movie. But I don't think it's a 5 movie. It exists to tickle that opening night scrotum, right?
I get what you're saying.
And the fan service thing, like, even though fuck those motherfuckers that piss on it, yes, it is a movie designed to appease fans. Opening night, the few weeks after that, it's a thrill ride. Once you ride a roller coaster over and over and over again, it's thrilling, but it's not the same as the first time you rode it, right?
Speaking of cocaine.
Yeah. At the very heart of it is a very simple buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
It is not breaking any tremendous ground, but it doesn't need to, because the two characters are so iconic, strong enough. They were wise enough. Just let these two mix it up.
Yeah.
That's all you need. But that just keeps me from giving it like a 5 for perfection movie, because it functions differently as a different type of movie, and not one that just can stand the test of time and not reliant so much on the shock and awe jokes and the cameos. That said, it's a very solid 4.5. Very, very fucking solid, and highly recommend, especially if you're a comic fan.
Yeah.
If you're a comic fan, you've seen this fucking movie already.
But let's put it this way. It made $2 million in Vietnam.
Where people had they got to, hop over old tripwires and landmines and spike pits to get to the theater.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
So if you would like to support this show, keep us going, keep us rolling along, uploading content, you can support us by going to patreon.com/baldguysbadmovies and donate to the show. We're going to use those funds to make sure we can see any movies that you guys want to see, and getting our studio set up so we can start recording video and doing these not just audio but also video on YouTube. And once a month, we will pick a patron to choose a movie for us to review, and we'll review it. We'll dedicate it to you. But either way, we just hope you enjoy the show and keep on coming back.
This little ancient anal shitnot is Mary Poppins, or as I like to call her, Dog Pool. You want to treat yourself to a little stroke? Get the tongue.
Oh my God, motherfucker!
Right? It's like an armadillo fucked a gremlin angrily in a bed of gonorrhea and didn't stop till the sun came up.